All right, quick microphone checker 1 2. Looks like we are live. Discussing a couple of things today: depression, happiness, or nothing. So let's dive right in.
If you're coming of age in 2026, everyone around you is complaining about the failing job market, their depression and anxiety, and the dystopian state of the world. Has it always been like this? No.
No, it hasn't, young man, and we appreciate you for pointing that out, Mr. Casey Simpson. I probably should have tagged this video into my description. I will. I might not might. Forgive my shitty headphones and my tape. My name's OT, by the way. I usually play games. Today we're doing this. So, anyways, let's keep going. I will add links to these videos as these folks are having some wonderful things to say.
Try asking your parents what they thought the future would be when they were a kid. You'll usually hear these fantastical images of flying cars and mega mansions. There's a reason the movies from the 80s that predicted the future looked awesome, and the movies from today that predict the future look ghastly. Back then, they thought the world was good and getting better. Today, we think the world is bad and only getting worse, which has...
I may have moved. Did I move the damn camera too much? I think I have. Nope, not that one. But this one. Work with me here. It's a work in progress, okay? I swear all I did was move this, and instead I moved something else. Pardon me, folks. Newbie here. Rookie.
Serious, tangible impacts on our mental states. It's the reason we aren't having kids anymore. We are wired to have kids. We are wired to want to create more of ourselves when we have given up.
Let me see if I can do less of a zoom so we can actually see who this gentleman is. Nope, not this. That's emote wall. This is it. Right here. Display capture. This one. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to even drag it. Ah, we can indeed. Here we go. Let's downsize that just a little bit, but not too much. We'll blow the young man right back up. I wanted to make sure that I get his name in here, and maybe I'll just click on my ugly mug and minimize myself a little bit, because what's really important here is, well, hell, what we're talking about. Never mind, I can't even show you that because, well, his name is blocked by my fat face. Anyway, let's keep going.
On that, it is the absolute demolition of the human spirit. It's the reason there's such a dearth of new things, new trends, new movies, new media. So much of what passes as new media today is recycling old content from back when society did have fresh ideas. Remixes, sequels, throwbacks. The trend of the year is remembering 2016. Let me tell you, if you weren't around in 2016, I can tell you nobody was trying to bring back 2006, okay? Now is the time things are so bad we're trying to remember the past.
And I think that's a fair point too. I also think that, well, let me put him in, I guess, full screen. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think that things are fine now the way they are, as far as, you know, technology goes. We dig technology. We're liking the technology now. All this new stuff coming of age or whatever. Everybody has a cell phone and blah, blah. My cam's up here. It's my phone, by the way, so just bear with me when I don't look like I'm looking at you. I really don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah. At the same time, please forgive me while I open up my little multi-chat here. But this is a solid point from the movies, but I kind of like, I never saw Future as too happy. I've always seen Future as something more like The Matrix, and I may be alone on that. I don't know. Let me know.
In 2016, everyone thought the world was literally ending. 2016 was the worst.
No, my friend, year 2000, Y2K, we thought the world was ending. But we're going to think that every so often, so let's not get that twisted. But, okay.
First year on record.
Oh, no, my friend, please don't play music. I am not trying to do any of that.
Here's what's gone so wrong. Have you ever noticed the extreme left and the extreme right both seem to want to live far from civilization and the woods and create a commune? On the left, think of hippies, or the movie Captain Fantastic, where Viggo Mortensen takes his 6 kids to live in a forest and learn about Noam Chomsky and the evils of capitalism. On the right, you can think of the rad trads who try to live away from the evils of modernity. I think they're both identifying something ill about the way we're all living now. But look, has the world changed immeasurably from 200 years ago, pre-industrial revolution? Yes, but is that the source of all that ails us now? No. Babies living past infancy, dental care, better nutrition, these things make our lives better and make us happier. There is a much more narrow slice of the modern world that's killing our souls. We can reclaim living right without going to a prehistoric Rousseauian cave. That's the good news. So what is the slice of modernity that's killing us? Broadly, it's the outsourcing of humanity to algorithms. But more
Buddy, I wish I could match your energy. Jesus Christ, you got a whole lot of stuff going on. I don't know this cat's subscriber count, but he has got a lot of energy. Jeez, man. He must not have any children. But anyway, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that.
Specifically for this video, it's outsourcing community to algorithms. Rotary Club.
I'm not gonna do TikToks. We're not looking at that. I may be skipping over a little bit. We'll definitely read comments at the end.
Clubs, historical clubs, Boy Scouts. There is a whole club for people whose ancestors fought in the American Revolution. I've never heard of anyone doing any kind.
I feel like this dude is trying to do something for TikTok is what it feels like. The energy is a little bit fast for me, and that's kind of what TikTok feels like nowadays. Yeah.
Club like that, because now we sit and scroll, and everyone has said that, but I want to get to the reason why. Because scrolling is a symptom. There's an underlying illness, and that illness is that the medium is the message. When we grow up on screens, it's not so much what we're watching that's so damaging, it's how we're watching. We're told by society, implicitly from a young age, that it is totally fine to have a new thing to focus on every 7 seconds when you scroll and scroll and scroll.
Ooh, buddy, that face though. Yes, the scrolling thing is a real thing, and a scrolling thing is what majority of us is doing, or at least some of us. I know for me personally, I've eliminated things like, I mean, I'm on Facebook, but you won't catch me on there. You might catch me on Facebook once every blue moon. Just even my birthday wishes, I wasn't even answering those. I don't partake. I don't participate. Things like, I don't know. Instagram are so small to me because I'm not going to scroll on Instagram. I do scroll on YouTube from time to time because there's some 7 Days to Die videos and some Helldivers videos that make me happy from time to time. But let's just follow along here. I'm sure he's got a point.
To a whole movie, or a whole book, or a whole relationship when things get tough is not worth it when you can just swipe to the next movie, to the next book, to the next girl.
We were not supposed to see this many attractive people in our lifetime. I was not supposed to know that someone who looks like Madison Beer even existed.
Look at this girl who wants to become a doctor. She was devoted in high school, got into a great undergraduate program, spent...
Can I just pause in the middle? Yes, I can. Okay, sorry.
4 years there, and literally did nothing for 2 years and delayed going to medical school because of TikTok.
I have been trying to study for this MCAT for over a year now, and I keep pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. Why? Because I cannot physically bring myself to study. My brain does not have the capacity to read a textbook or watch Khan Academy videos even. You know, I'm 2 years out of college, and what have I been doing in my free time after I get off of my 9-to-5 job?
I'll tell you how to fix that. I'll tell you how we fixed that back in the day. Back in the day, it was me and my grandma back at the ranch, and the grandma would tell me if I don't do my homework, I'm going to get my ass beat with that notebook that I was writing in. And grandma was an OG. She didn't play, and there was no such thing as, hey, I don't understand. There was no ADD, no HD, ABCD, none of that stuff. It was all raw hardcore. So I don't know if we can call that attention, whatever. I'm sure that the modern day scientist, therapist will tell you otherwise, that we all have something that we're sick of, or social anxiety, or the reason you don't want to get your fat ass out of bed, or whatever. Like we all got it. But I'm willing to listen. Maybe you can teach me something.
I scroll for hours and hours and hours.
So it's not an attention span, and you have a scrolling disorder. Okay, well, there you go.
Hours. And I've been lying to myself. You know, I tell myself, you know, oh, I like TikTok because it connects me with people on the internet. It connects me with like-minded people. It gives me access to art and content and news and information.
Be right back with you.
It's connecting you to a infinite, never-ending stream of dopamine and stimulation. It breaks my heart, and it also means that I will be at the same level of intelligence that I am now for the rest of my life. If I cannot obtain or retain any new knowledge or information, I will be essentially a chronic, 20-year-old for the rest of my life.
All right, but that's cool. She realizes that she got a problem, though. She understands that, hey, I have a scrolling problem. Lady, you can fix that. I'm here to help. I will take your electronics because you've been bad. Go study now.
What I find most profound in that video was how she would rationalize to herself her negative behaviors. Because the truth is, nothing of this world is all good or all bad. So she's easily able to rationalize her time on TikTok because there are, I'm sure, some good things that come out of it. Maybe she is able to keep in touch with some friends. Maybe she is able to learn a couple.
I don't know if she's able to do whatever. I'll tell you, my TikTok feed right now, if we go look, I don't even know if there's dances on TikTok anymore. But I recently have posted one thing. It's just me and the old lady hanging out at during the Valentine's Day, and we're having a jolly old time at a decent restaurant. We had a good time there. We ate a bunch of food. We got extra fat. We were extra happy. There was no depression. There was no, there was no nothing. It was just two adults going out having a lot of fun and not being attached or, limited by society for anything. And it's a barbecue joint, and it costs an arm and a leg from my perspective. You could say it cost me a day's worth of work, but it was worth it, right? Because everybody got credit cards nowadays, and we're just all fat and happy and just buying all kinds of shit. But I get it. I understand. Go ahead, young man.
New things. Maybe she follows Casey Simpson, but what she's ignoring is the years of her life going by where she's not becoming a doctor, and she's not alone. That video has been viewed by more than 3 million people for a reason. Increasingly, Gen Z can't find direction in life.
Sometimes I think to myself, you know, what do I want to...
Brother, skip that. Skip that. Let's get back to you.
Captain Fantastic doesn't continue his life. He decides to give it all up and enroll his kids in public school and rejoin modernity and civilization. It's such a crazy ending. It's like if at the end of Harry Potter, Harry becomes Voldemort. In the movie, he's seen to be a good dad. His kids will sneak away just to be with their dad. What's going on here? Why does he give it all up in the end? Brian Kaplan theorized this is because we can't tolerate heroes in movies being too different from the way we live in modern society. And I would add, the reason is because it threatens our own sense of our own lives. If the movie really ended with Captain Fantastic continuing to thrive away from society, we would be put in an odd position because we would be looking at someone who is doing the opposite of what we're doing in civilization and concluding that it's a good thing, which would make us question our own lives and our own choices. Therefore, in order to keep the audience behind the protagonist and not questioning their own identity, the filmmakers decide to make him normal at the end. But more and more people are realizing that living the way we are now is unsustainable, especially when it's all going to become AI.
Well, brother, it is all going to become AI, and the homie's not wrong. And then there are a couple of things to take in consideration that when you are depressed, per se, you know that there are some things in your life that just will not make you happy. So scrolling through TikTok won't make you happy, and finishing your doctor's degree, you won't make you happy. Being a young man and having these aspirations, you're not going to get anywhere. What will make you happy, in my humble opinion, is if nowadays you have no bills, you have food on your table, everybody's happy at home, and you enjoy what you're doing. And everybody's got a hobby so that they're not, up each other's throats or whatnot. Somebody likes sports, somebody likes video games, somebody likes books, and people just enjoy what they want to do. And you are not really bugged down by the normal 9 to 5, and you're not bugged down by going to school, because I've heard so many kids, I say kids, so many young men and young women say, school just wasn't for me, including UFC fighters. Jesus Christ. Even those guys are like big time. They're like, school wasn't for me. I just knew. And it's not even the low rank fighters. It's the high intelligent, high IQ guys that probably do have, I don't know, 200 plus IQ. I don't know. The fight IQ is like John Jones. John Jones never did school. Israel Adesanya never did school. They hated school, despised it. They were bad to the core. But when it comes to certain other things, they understand it. Bruce Lee talks a lot about education and kind of how some things work, and those things don't always align with the normal standards. Bruce Lee was 70s, so kind of hard to tie the two together. Going from 2016 to 2000s to 1970, like Jesus Christ.
And more people are thinking like this.
At the risk of sounding like too much of a hippie, you know how society sucks, man? Humans were never meant to be in separate nuclear units with everyone having a bill. That's a scam. It's time to build communities. Clearly we need each other. Society isn't built for human beings. It's built for corporations. And so let's take it back. Find a bunch of friends who want to do this, pool your money together, buy some land, and then build as cheaply as you can dwellings that are safe and adequate enough for you. Quit your job.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like her way of thinking, and I thought she was going to come out of the woodwork by saying some other ridiculous ass shit, but I like it a lot. I think that's to the core. I think that I've done a lot of that myself. I'd like to thank my moms and God for that. Yeah. I can't say that I'm out there living lavish with this cheap camera and tape over my headphones. I got new headphones right here. Y'all don't be bashful. Okay, don't tell me nasty things. I don't want to see that shit in the comments. Okay, you see, brand new. Okay, not brand new, but whatever. That's the ones I was rocking before. But I like these better because they're old. And these were the first headphones that I ever bought for my PC, and they're all raggedy and held by like hopes and dreams and prayers of Jesus and a little bit of, well, it's not even duct tape. This is actually like high grade tape. This is Gorilla Tape. Okay, if you don't know Gorilla Tape, you probably don't know a whole lot. But anyways, all right.
Grow your food. You actually can just do that. I did it. You can do it.
Gonna need you to lock in to understand this. This video will require you to lock in. Civilization was designed to replace humanity. Civilization is not a neutral tool. It is not a container. It is not a servant. Civilization is a replacement engine. It is designed to replace humanity with function.
And realizing so much of the hurdles we go through in daily life
Fair
are
enough.
completely made up.
Literally every fucking thing in the world that we have to do, we decided that we had to. Like, in the beginning.
This is the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Once you're aware and you see what's going on, you're just like, this is just bullshit.
Dude's in the
Who
tent,
came
by
up
the
with
way.
these rules? Because nothing's making sense to me. The last job that I worked was at a strip mall, and if you work at a strip mall, you have to park behind it. There's an employee parking spot behind the strip mall.
Okay.
So then I go walk in through the back, hand in my badge, and then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna leave. So I start walking back to where I just came from to leave, right?
My vape sucks,
And
by
my
the way.
boss was like, no. You are no longer an employee, so you have to walk through the front. Well, if I walk through the front, then I have to literally walk like a quarter mile around the entire strip mall to get to the back. She's like, yeah, but you're just not an employee anymore. I'm like,
A quarter mile? What's a quarter mile walking? Why is you upset? Okay, I'll stop.
so you literally can't just let me walk right back, like 10 meters back where I came in. Like, I can't do that.
Play up, rules is rules, okay? Get over it, get a different job, go work at McDonald's. You can fucking park anywhere. Like, stop it.
Because people will feel threatened that you're doing your own thing and calving off from society's.
By the way, if I just crushed your hopes and dreams of parking, working in the strip mall, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't. Go work for a gas station. Plenty of ass ton of parking every day.
Mind-numbing iceberg.
Oh, bro, I don't know if I like your video. You over there. He is exploring all the TikToks in order to talk about this. You got to understand, I didn't watch this, and I watched the first like 2 minutes. I looked at the guy, I said I like his energy. He's fast, he's got a point, and you know, and maybe he's getting to it somewhere, and that's a brand new video that just released, so like neither I had time to study. And I'm sure he's got a point, man, but I just don't feel like listening to songs and music and listening to TikToks because the people on there are talking way too fast. And now I'm starting to realize that maybe this was a mistake, but we're going to continue on with the video. I got a couple more in my back pocket too, and we can go and read the comments. It posted, I don't know, 4 hours ago or some nonsense, maybe a little more than that, or a day ago, or whatever. So we'll definitely get some good stuff out of there, especially in the comment section. And I can go pull up a comment section from a similar video that is like that, just not from a young man's perspective. I'm trying to understand something here. I'm trying to understand why all the young people nowadays, okay, all the youngins, that is you, whatever the camera is, or whoever's watching, not the youngins are watching, but why is everyone slightly depressed? Why is everyone slightly suicidal? Why is it cool to be slightly depressed and slightly suicidal, but not too much? Because I mean, you don't want to think, you don't want nobody thinking you're crazy. Because I mean, you know, public opinion matters, right? Like, you care about what people say about you, right? Like, oh my God, that is such a thing. Like, shut the fuck up. Why? But it's a legit thing. Like, I get it. I've talked to therapists. Oh, look at my fingernails. I guess not too bad. I got a couple of nasty things in there. Anyway, I talked to a couple of therapists, right, with my children and whatnot, and we're trying to, you know, cope, and I'm trying to become a better father and a better leader for the family. And I don't know how else to express myself besides like doing this kind of thing, right? And I watch videos throughout the day. I kind of try to understand what we're trying to cope, what we're trying to do, what my kids are trying to do, and I'm listening to the therapist, but then I'm from the old country too, so some of that's like making sense, some of it is not making sense. I believe some of that, I don't believe some of that, but I can understand that some of it could happen even without me having the understanding of. So that's the point why I wanted to watch a younger person talk about depression. Okay. So I just didn't think there was going to be TikToks involved. Anyway, all right.
Like, make a fucking TikTok about health and fitness and all the things that I like. Everything.
This is not such a young man. 27, okay, sure. Suppression of expression leads to depression. Makes sense, okay.
Everything got better for me. The right people came into my life because you attract what you emit. I started emitting who I wanted to be, and people that I wanted to be around came into my life. The people that weren't supposed to be there, yeah, maybe I don't talk to them as much, or we cut each other off or whatever, but ultimately it was for the best, and I don't regret that at all. The thing that did it for me was ultimately remembering that I was gonna die.
If you look at other countries, you'll see you can just do things with
what? You were gonna what? Okay.
people that you care about. You can form communities, you can start making movies, you can just start talking to someone on the street, you can ask someone out, start organizations, whatever you want to do.
Now, whatever you want to do, but we're all antisocial though, and we're all not trying to talk as much, and we're all trying to hang out on, I don't know, X or Instagram or any of that other bullshit, right? And we're all trying to look at the new I show speed backflip fucking video. I don't know.
Like, we have free will.
It is okay to think for yourself and disagree with the collective norm.
Amen, sister.
Neighbor's garage. I'm like, what the fuck is...
Wait. I want to hear about neighbor's garage.
It's okay to use your mind.
Like this kid realized when his uncle from Kenya stayed with him.
Sometimes he would do African shit here in America and it would look crazy as hell. I remember one time I came home from school and I see him in my neighbor's garage. I'm like, what the fuck is Unc doing? Is he tweaking? So I walk up to my neighbor's garage. My uncle in there talking to my neighbor. Mind you, I've never talked to this neighbor in my life. I've waved at the man, but we never had a conversation. My uncle did that.
It's because you are an antisocial young man, and you're not taught to socialize, and you are not taught to be respectful to your neighbors. But I can't say that I confirm nor deny me being a little bit antisocial, me kind of not wanting to hang out with my neighbors. Well, number one, I don't live like house to house, so I'm a little bit more remote. So that's something. I never want to be house to house. I never want to have a house next to another house next to another house next to apartments. I have been there, but I don't want to be there ever again, if that makes sense. I'd rather do my own thing, if that makes sense, and it's rewarding. It's good. You can do whatever you please, sort of say.
That to everybody in the neighborhood. My uncle was treating my neighborhood like the village, and people were fucking with him. The whole neighborhood loved my uncle. But my favorite thing my uncle did when he was out here was his last day in America, he brought me and my family to a fancy ass restaurant. I don't even know how he found it because he's not from here. But it was like $70
Google, my friend, but okay.
steaks, $30 desserts. My uncle paid the whole bill. When we left the restaurant, the waiter came chasing after him. He's like, "Sir, I'm sorry. Did you have an issue with my service?" My African-ass uncle, he's like, "No, it was excellent."
He did not leave a tip. And you know Europeans don't leave tips. Come on, bro.
The waiter was like, "Then why didn't you give us a tip?" My uncle literally laughed in his face and said, "I don't believe in giving tips." He just walked off and we went home.
I noticed this in college overwhelmingly.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's a down ass young man, and he's starting to recognize some things, and he's learning, and that's what life is about. It's about learning.
Whenever someone wants to do something fun, like a serenade or a play or whatever, it's usually the underclassmen who are like, "Yes, let's go do it. Let's have fun." And the juniors and seniors are more like,
"How long is it gonna take? Do we really want to do this? Is there some reason not to do this?"
That's cool little editing, young man, but okay.
And that attitude is soul-crushing, because there's always a million reasons not to do something. As Jan told Pam,
Yes.
when Pam was debating whether or not to go fulfill her lifelong passion at art school in the office.
Pam, what about you? What is your dream?
I love to draw.
I'm sure that I could.
Am I the only one that doesn't watch Office? Although I should. Am I the only one here? Am I by myself?
Ask corporate to help you out.
Well, it's just
There are always a million reasons not to do something.
This is also, I feel like, an American-European
I think no truer words have been spoken.
indifference. I went to high school for a while in Sweden, and doing a whole new thing there in any part of Europe is a little frowned upon, in England especially. But America really has this get up and go, which is the reason, like, every major artist.
Have y'all been to Sweden? I don't know if it qualifies. What qualifies this kid to talk about depression now? I'm starting to be a little bit confused. So what is this? What are you referring to?
Business movie is located in America. Going back to college,
Okay.
I did this sorority serenade.
Okay, so you went to college. That's good to know about you. You moved around a bunch. That's good to know about you. That also requires money. I wish I can travel. I wish I could have went to college. I hope I got enough money saved up to send my kids out of country and to college. But okay, sure.
Today.
There goes music and TikToks again. Bruh, come on, man. All right, I had enough of this cat. I don't know if I could take some more. Why is everyone so depressed? Maybe I misinterpreted the video, so let's see. I was actually looking for a different answer. I don't know if I'm going to give this thumbs up, thumbs down. It looks like he's got a bunch of thumbs up, so maybe I'm just misinterpreting and I'm missing something. I don't care to watch any of this. I really don't, cat. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. Yo, Mystic, what up, dude? Look. Oh, yeah. No, somebody's agreeing with him. People are liking the stuff. So, obviously, I am missing the point or missing something in the middle.
Posting because he was so agitated by all the news he kept watching.
I'm going to start making.
Oh, dude, just chatting. I kind of got a couple of things. I pulled up a couple of YouTube videos, and there's some familiar cats, some new stuff that I've been watching, some repetitive stuff that I've been watching, just trying to check out what is the deal. My kids sort of been talking about that they're depressed. Not sort of, they are depressed. Like all the young kids are nowadays depressed, slightly depressed, at least a little bit, and they're slightly suicidal, and that is the cool thing to do nowadays. I don't know when you're going to get some kids of your own, but when you do, my friend, you can come back to this video on YouTube and you can check it out and you can be like, I see why he was so confused. But yeah, I just can't seem to bond with this dude. But I see that maybe I should have read the description a little bit. It says modern life, brain rot, TikTok, iPads, blah blah blah, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. He didn't talk about that a whole lot. It's absurd. The world is, I've heard a whole bunch about scrolling here. I've heard a whole bunch about like brain rot, yes, but I guess his theory in this video is why is everyone so depressed and that the life is good. I misinterpreted the message. I feel like that's where he's going, so let me just fast forward a little bit and try to understand what he's saying. I was going to jump into the comments, but I think we're going to stay with it. We're going to stay with it just a little bit because sometimes I do pull the trigger a little bit quick. I make assumptions and the assumptions are not true. So let's see what he's got to say. This is a good looking kid though, man.
Uplifting videos, but this is uplifting. You can't lift yourself up if you don't know how far we've fallen. I'm not describing the state of the world to make you feel angry. I'm describing it so you can be empowered, so you know what's going on around you. You can see the problem.
There you go. There it is. It just resonated with me so heavy. The young man is not, because I thought this was going to be like, we are so depressed and here's why. And maybe that's what I should have typed up. But the dude is actually happy and it's got a good point. And he's just saying, I guess society as a whole, and maybe I should have paid attention a little bit, but for sakes of like YouTubes and Twitches, I'm skipping some of the stuff and whatnot, and I'm not really digging into what he's saying, but it resonates. It makes sense, The question is, why are we so depressed? Like, I mean, that is the big question that I've been searching. I bet he's not going to give me the answer, but he is also asking the same question that I am today: is like, why is so everybody depressed? And it may not be me or you, but it is just about everybody. And he's shown like 5 or 6 different things that we looked at throughout the video. And it is depressing with people not finishing school and doom scrolling and all that other shit. And it makes sense. It makes sense. But let's get back to him. Let's see what he got to say. It's a good rap. I'm happy with the video now. I'm going to even give it a thumbs up. I misjudged the young man at the beginning.
You're participating in, and then you can get yourself out of this quagmire. If we whistle past the graveyard, then we're gonna stay in our tomb. If you know what's going on, if you know the proper diagnoses, then you can take the remedy and potentially live one of the greatest lives in human existence with the community and substance of past generations mixed with the technology and ease of the current one. I'm gonna be blunt. Our current crisis is self-inflicted. These modern technologies are not some unstoppable force that will claim our minds no matter what we do. We are all actively choosing every day to scroll, to swipe, to not be with real people.
Sure.
Is it hard to not
Yes.
choose that? Yes. Are there structural solutions that can make it easier to choose the real world? Yes. But we can still choose to live our lives and not completely flatten out our souls the way we have with all of our kids in Gen Alpha. This is the story of Brave New World. The main character in Brave New World has everybody constantly satiated with drugs and their equivalent of scrolling to keep them entertained, and then finally he stumbles across a play by Shakespeare, and he doesn't understand it, and it's challenging and it's confusing, but he's immediately engrossed because he can sense.
I like the fact this guy fucking spits when he talks. You know that shit is fire. I like it. I do like it. In case anyone's curious, I will leave his video in the comments, as I said before, but I thought that this was rather entertaining. I know my fat face is covering his name, but this is Casey Simpson with 500,000 subscribers that we're checking out. And it took me a minute, and it took him a minute to get to his point, but I'm glad that we did, because now I understand what he's saying, and he's trying to spread a positive message. And I think it is a lot about positive outlook. I mean, you can say things like, I don't know, let me give you an example. You are feeling, I don't know. Let's say you're feeling like you're worthless, okay? And you go to your therapist. Let's say let's play pretend that I have a therapist. And let's play pretend that I tell my therapist, I am feeling worthless. And my therapist tells me, well, why are you feeling this way? And I tell him, I feel like nothing I do is good enough. And then the therapist says some shit off the wall from like 1980s, and he goes, hey, maybe you're just a perfectionist. What about that? Maybe you're just like perfecting your art. You're not satisfied because you are destined for something greater. Like, where's that at? And that's kind of what the young man is saying, right? He's saying that, like, hey, where's the good shit at? Where's your positivity? Where's the positive outlook? And I mean, that is what it is, right? You want to stay positive through this shit. That's actually even better. The answer is better than what I thought we were going to get out of this video. I'm here in search of why is everybody depressed, but we found something else.
It's a real human story with real substance. And it's not just there to placate his brain chemistry. And once he sees that Shakespeare, once he tastes the real world, he knows that there's something truly good about the real world that you'll never get, no matter how chemically satiated you are from fake stimulation. And the proof that these videos are optimistic, not doomerist, is I've gotten hundreds of comments from parents and teachers saying these videos will change the way they teach, will change the way they parent, and raise their kids in the real world with functioning souls and minds. And people will look to them and be so amazed by how their kids are real people that other parents will quickly follow suit. Just today, I have a friend who's in AI and came up to me and said he watched the video and seconded everything I said. And some people think that our social isolation and all the time we spend on screens and brain rot is destroying society even more than we think. We've never gone through this before, and we never had a monetary interest in stealing our minds and replacing them with artificial intelligence to make money for Sam Altman and Elon Musk and Sundar Pichai as the rest of the world becomes
Not bad.
completely emotionally and intellectually vacuous. We can't let that happen. Nothing's more important. The Hope Core is that you don't have to let it happen. It's all up to you.
Hope Core. There you go. So I'll leave a link. Good video. At the end, he made sense, and I like it. So I think if I had to double down on what it said, it is positive outlook. It's 100% positive outlook, and it doesn't have to go any further than that. Like, how do you really feel about what you do? How do you really function in everyday life? I don't know about this high GPU warning thing. I think GPU is just fine. I'm a little bit warm, but I've heard the AC kicking on, so that's good. Don't want to get sweaty on stream. The biggest thing that I was hoping to get, I didn't get, but I got a little bit of inspiration, so that is okay. Now, this is what I wanted to discuss. I want to discuss a little bit of happiness, okay? And again, I didn't watch a whole lot of this, and this is Timothy Ward, pretty known dude. Been doing content forever. Not a lot of likes on this, but this was just a month ago, and you know, there's been a lot of YouTube dudes that are struggling with things. Okay. I'll tell you what. I guess I should be more self-disciplined, and we should at least look through the comments. Okay. So everyone is probably so depressed because no one wants to be themselves anymore. Yes. Since everything is cringe now, according to social media. Good point. Damn good point. I think this is the same reason that I came looking at this video, is to figure out why was everyone depressed. So I guess I learned that you can make a video and you can put something like, why is everyone so depressed, and not get your answer, but you can kind of find in between something to cope with that answer. I don't know. I'm trying to learn how to do this YouTube thing too. So when the internet was smaller, okay, fair enough, sure, I think all of us do, but at the same time, I'm happy with the internet is at now, sort of. I mean, but I am simple. So, you know, I recently became so hopeless and unhappy with myself that I refuse to go outside unless it's for school. I'm trying to get happier and it's hard when I see so much negative things on the internet. Also, since I'm Irish and the houses are extremely expensive, I'm not really sure if I can. Well, yeah, again, here's another example. Somebody real depressed, can't go outside unless it's for school, and trying to get happy or happier, but it's so hard when you watch the internet. Stop watching the internet, I guess, would be the answer. I don't know. I'm in my 50s. Ooh. When I was 18, I moved into a different state, walked down the street, and I got a job same day. I had many friends. Now I could barely even get a job. Oh, my brother, we're going to get into that heavy. We will get into that heavy. I got some job stuff for you. I am worried for our civilization. Let's check the replies on this. Yep, the workplace is a nightmare. People hate you for having a different opinion. People hate you for anything these days. They hate you for your, like, man, I looked for a job for so long. Well, okay, I didn't, because I kind of downplayed some of my stuff. I went and changed my resume. I went and changed my downgraded my resume from like I am a wise ass to like I am just a blue collar dude that's got a whole bunch of blue collar skills. I took everything that I've got for management skills and for people skills and psychology and all that other stuff, and I dumbed it down to just simple me. And yeah, it seemed to kind of play its way because I was hired into a few places. Plus, I mean, the resume is heavy with like blue collar activities too. I'm not like some high manager up there, but I do have some things in my resume that made people feel some kind of way when they hired me, and then find out later what I did before, and they were, I don't know. I didn't think like them. Like I'm thinking next level. They're thinking previous level, if that makes sense. But dude, I really forced myself to add to the community puzzle today because of your videos. I can't see some of that shit. I'm gonna have to get a little bit closer. I work remotely and don't have a car. Another good question. Would you work remotely or in an office? If you work remotely, we're gonna pay you $100,000. If you work in an office, we're gonna pay you $200,000. Which one you taking? More conversations I never would otherwise. Okay. Yeah, not quite what I was hoping for, but people in 50s watching the video, that's interesting too. I'm glad somebody posted that in there because it kind of opened up my eyes a little bit that the video did hit with quite a few people. So is this the new thing though? Is this kind of the new, I don't know, trend? Is that what everybody's doing now? I guess I'm doing it too, so hey, everybody's tired of this AI shit, so we're here. Whatever. Anyway, GG's young man. That'll be in my thing. Let's check out Mr. Timothy Ward and what he's got to say. I'm gonna blow him up. I'm gonna hide myself for a minute because I need a little time to myself. And let's check him out.
Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to have the life we want? Have you ever wondered why it can be very hard sometimes to just enjoy life?
Sure have.
Why we have all
Who
these
hasn't?
dreams and all these things we really would like to be doing or would rather be doing, but we're scared to do them. It feels weird when we try to do them. We get so much pushback when we try to go after them. You ever wondered about that?
Yes.
Like, you would think that if we all want to live amazing lives and we all want to enjoy our lives, this is something that like we all share.
My camera's too goddamn close.
You would imagine that like it wouldn't be
Can't
that
change
hard
it.
to do if everybody wants to do it. But
What do you mean, my friend? If everybody wants to do it, It is super hard. Everybody wants to be a, well, I don't know, Elon Musk. Everybody wants to be one of those millionaire, billionaire, Brad Pitts, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All those people. People love fame. People love money. What do you mean? Why is it so hard to do? Again, I may be missing the point, but let's just listen to the man.
The more I think about this, and I spend a lot of time thinking about things like this, the more I realize the issue isn't us, the issue is the system around us. The issue is the society that we have allowed certain humans to create that we just kind of go along with.
Sure.
The issue is like the human world around us. It is not set up for us to achieve our dreams. It is not set up for us to have the life we want. It is not set up for us to even enjoy life. Like, if you really think about it, the only time you're allowed to like enjoy life is when you do it in a manner that is making somebody else money. And not just somebody else, just making like the right people money. You know what I mean? Little stuff like that. Like, yeah, there's things you can do in this life and they're enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, Mr. Timothy, 9 years worth of making videos and you always have the background noise. Why though, my friend? Why? I like your background. I like your point of view. Let's dig in a little bit and let's see if we can resonate with some of it.
But they're only really allowed if it's making the right people money. You know what I mean? Like, you notice how hard it is to do a lot of like the simple pleasures in life. How much harder is getting to just enjoy the simple, free pleasures in life?
Well, to me, a simple pleasure, if you define that, would be just what he's got behind him, actually. A big-ass lake. This looks like Colorado mountains, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that could be Rocky Mountains, whatever. I would enjoy this, and this is free. Now, to live here, yeah, I mean, that's two different things. But I would say that this would be happiness for me. The mountains in the back, little homes, a lake, you can fish, you can swim. Is it too cold to fish? You could do something different. This looks good. It really does. This would be the simple happiness for me. Just myself, though.
Everything's got a price tag attached to it these days. Because that's part of this system. It's not designed for us to, like, enjoy life. I'm at a park right now, okay? And I've been walking around.
He is at a park, okay.
To find a good spot away from people to film this video. And I wanted to give you all a nice, backdrop, right?
It is a very nice
and
backdrop.
I'm walking around, and there's quite a few people here. And most of them are elderly. Most of them are older.
That's because the old folks know what fun is, and they understand that the fun can be just so simple. You can just go out and sit at a park and enjoy this beautiful day. You can just have a picnic, and it's good enough. And it's always been that way. When did this change?
And it's like, what is it today, Wednesday? It's a Wednesday. And I'm like, where are all the young people? And I'm like, oh, it's Wednesday, so they're all at work, right?
No, they're all at home on social media. Fucking scrolling. Scrollers.
I love having weekdays off. I don't like having weekends off because there are less people out. But that fact.
Amen to that, brother.
If you go out during the week, you're mainly gonna see like older people, retired people, things of that nature, because we're working our youth through like 60 away. And I'm like, wait a second. All the things we've been able to accomplish as a people, as humans.
Take them fishing? Not a bad idea. Like my son likes to go fishing. He does. And I've done a couple of live streams too where he caught some fish, man. And yeah, it's been good, dude. Take them fishing is a good idea. Not that that's what the big problem is. But yes, I think it does cure depression. Like for my daughter, she does not want to go fish. She did not in the past. But now she's heavy into the Bible and religion. And, must be so tough as a parent. It depends. Like, okay, so today we had today we had a discussion about how tough things are, right? And how tough they have it versus, for example, kids in China, kids in India, kids in Uzbekistan, kids in South Africa, into what they have. And, you know, I gave them an earful, and I told them a few things that I think that they didn't appreciate. And I told them that you know, they're all in therapy, by the way. They're all in therapy. Like, oh my God, life is horrible. But I wanted to make sure that they hear it from me first, that no, it's not so bad. So same goes vice versa. That statement must be so tough as a parent. No, it's not. Not here. Not here. Because we're eating, bruh. I'm gaining weight. They're gaining weight. Ain't nobody got it rough here. We're Cadillacing. I mean, we're not eating like real meat, but, you know, whatever. It's not that tough. It is tough sometimes if you make it tough, but you got to stay positive, and that's kind of why I'm doing negative, positive, or nothing type of deal today, and just trying to help myself more than anything to realize that my parents had it worse than me, and here I am complaining, and my kids are doing the same thing that I'm doing. You know, I'm complaining that, oh, you guys can't even get good grades and all this other shit. I remember that, man, for a month straight back in Uzbekistan, dude, we eat nothing but potatoes. And that don't make me hard. I'm a kid, dude. That shit don't matter. That's not hard times. Now, going outside was a different story because you get your ass beat every day. There's always somebody looking to fight, and I hated that, and I have social anxiety, and I really need some drugs, and I need somebody to feel sorry for me. I need somebody to give me a hug, and blah, 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 blah. But as a parent here in America in the current day and age, like right now, even with all the layoffs and all the bullshit, I am maintaining my own, and I am maintaining my kids, and the shit is not as bad as it used to be back in the old country, and I remember that shit. And that's the crazy part. And I had to realize that today, and that was also a little bit different for me. But anyway, let's listen to Mr. Timothy.
We can't set up the work week so like we work half the week and we're off half the week. How is it?
My friend, we can set that up right meow, but you just won't get paid. Because most of that shit you got to work by the hour. Or you got salary. And when you work salary, they want you to commit your whole fucking life and your days off to that shit. But you get paid more. You have 3 kids. I have 3 of my own and 1 that's not mine. Yes. 2 teenagers. Well, I have 3 teenagers and a baby. Yes. Then I also have an old lady that we can tie into actually be my crutch. So I have it like super made. Unfortunately, I am a piece of shit for complaining.
2026. But we're so technologically advanced that we're worried about the computers we're creating taking over. We're so technologically advanced.
Yeah, baby's mine. Yes.
AI taking over something we created. That's how far advanced we are. But we can't.
That baby is, man. She's awesome. She's pretty dope. She's pretty dope.
Can't set it up so that we don't have to work 5 days and be off too. Beautiful day like this, middle of the week, all the young people, everyone.
My vape sucks.
50s, early 60s at work. Because the system isn't set up for you to enjoy your life. The system isn't set up, you know, to be helpful for you. You ever notice too, like,
man, did I pick a goddamn video about depression to be a happy video and the happy video to be depression? Talk to me.
Just so many. I know it might seem a little random, the different things
I used to have a picture in my Discord. I don't know if you ever saw it or saved it, because I know you're a stalker on the low. But yeah, I used to have a picture of my kids in there. There might be some stuff on TikTok. I don't know if I left any of that up. I can't remember.
I'm pointing out, but I just think about, you know, I see it. Once you see it, and you'll start to see it after this video.
You know, one thing, now that you mentioned a baby, you know what's crazy, dude, is the fact that I always had a little thing for the kids, right? So even when my kids were little, they say some stuff sometimes, and they say, you know, some baby talk, you know, or a certain way that the baby's chatting. I remember that over everything, and it makes me happy every time I say it, and it's so funny. And it's the same with the little baby, man. It's just, she is the world. But I always thought for the longest time that if I just waited until the kids got older, that I would be able to bond with them, like play video games with them, or Russian fishing, or some other nonsense, or Call of Duty, or NBA 2K, or something. But no, that's incorrect. The best time to bond with your kids is when they're little. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Anything they say you need to do, and it seems like it's helpful for you, like the system ain't even set up to help you. It just popped in my head because I was talking about, you know, older people, retired people. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about retirement lately because that's their new thing. Their new thing they're trying to scare you about. Oh, you don't have enough money to. As soon as they realize that, like, people are in such, you know, dire states financially that most people aren't going to be able to afford to retire, they like monetize that fear.
This is true that everybody is pushing out. You don't have enough money to retire. You need more money to retire. Man, why do I have to bend down for this mic? Is this even on cam? I don't think it is. Barely. Okay. All right. I don't feel like I got to dip no more. But this is very true. They're monetizing. They're pushing, and they're advertising, not monetizing. That the third teenager is through my wife. The third teenager is through my wife. That's not mine. That is hers. Yeah, I have a daughter and a son. I have a son that's 15. I have a daughter that's 15. I have 14. I have a stepdaughter. I don't like that word, but whatever. Stepdaughter that's 14. So daughter that's 14, stepdaughter that's 14, and I have a baby daughter that's 5, and that one is the baby, and she runs the house. She says pizza means we're eating pizza. Period. There's no ands and ifs and buts in between. But this is very true about the thing that the man says is, yes, it is designed for you to fail. It is designed for you to work till you're Mystic. You know how it is. You know, we talked about jobs and shit, and you express kind of how you do things and how, you know, you've been blessed and whatever and blah blah blah. And that's how it should be. You should be enjoying yourself. You should not be doing this, but at the same time, we all kind of do. Most of us, will, whatever amount of percent, you know, fall into the blue collar work thing, and you got to take care of bills thing, and not even, you can't do gigs. I mean, most of us are not doing gigs. Most of us got 9 to 5s because that's kind of how the system is set up. So those of us smart enough, like yourself, we got gigs and, you know, pay for our way and whatever, and we don't struggle with the bullshit that comes with, well, like something like having to work 9 to 5 and then having to retire by the time you're 65, or used to be 68, but now it's 65, and then not even having enough money for that. I will agree with you 100% on best thing about depression is just to keep busy. Yes. So, you know, best thing to do. Yes. No, I agree with you 100%. And I don't have depression. Well, we're all slightly depressed, something, blah, blah, blah. There's always some kind of thing, some kind of way that you feel a certain kind of way. And, you know, what I'm going to do for my kids, what I am doing, I'm going to enroll them into some after-school programs. They're still going to be on counseling and all that other stuff, but we're going to put them into some after-school programs. Son don't have good enough grades to play football, see, but he's got good enough grades to participate in football practice. So that's something I'm putting onto him, and I think that'll keep him off of this depression thing. Yeah, because idle mind is the devil's playground. And we know this, and we were taught this. And like it's almost sort of common sense type thing. But, you know. Yes, coping mechanism. I think is a big one. Indeed. Indeed. And I think that being able to kind of cope with shit in your own way, whether it's, hey, somebody needs me, somebody is relying on me, I think is a big one. Exercise is a great one. Good distraction is a great one. What are we doing today? A good distraction. But I damn sure ain't depressed. No, you're on point. 100%. You're 100% right. Exercise is great. So some playing football should be able to cheer them right up. Daughter was doing dance. Now she's not doing dance. All of a sudden we're doing dumb stuff. So maybe there's going to be something that I'm going to do along with that. But fair points. Fair points.
Always talking about retirement now. But even for like the people who they come at who will be able to retire, who they think will be able to retire. Like all the retirement stuff, you know, they sell you this dream of retirement, but like they sell you this dream of retirement. You know what I mean? It's like they took away pensions, but now they act like they're your best friend with all these new products they have that can.
My period during 14 to 16 was not tough. It was super easy. I actually worked, and I drank a bunch, and I worked a bunch, and I went to school, and I still got good grades. It was not tough at all. Identity was not a problem for me. School was not a problem. Neither was peer pressure, and neither was blah, blah, blah. For me, it was dead ass. For me, it was... I like to drink, I like to work, and I like to go to school. And I also like to get something that they call... what was the thing that they gave me back in the day after my surgery? It began with a V, Vicodin. I realized I really like, I mean, I haven't used it since I was 14, but they gave me Vicodin when I was 14, and I had a great time. It was really nice. Vicodin and some beer, and I was the best kid in school, and I was the best kid at home, and I was the best kid in school. At work, too. I made some really good grades. Really have. I had no identity issues. I knew who I was to begin with. So I can't say that I cope with that, but I can also say I understand it. I understand it. I do.
Help you to retire. But if you really cared about us in our retirement age, y'all wouldn't have took away pensions. You know what I mean?
That's another thing, too. When did they pull all the pensions? When did the pensions stop? Yeah, but not everyone is you. Yeah, I know, G. I know. And that's kind of the story that I said in the beginning, that I don't understand some of this stuff and I need help. And the help that I need is to, like, help me understand, because I am sort of lost. A lost soul, one could say. And I am not the same as everybody else. Neither I think the same. I don't even consider myself a millennial. For the longest time, it disgusted me. But now I just take it like, hey, millennials are old now. We're fucking 40. So it's not so bad anymore. I always looked at myself as like an old soul. So, but yeah, fair point. Fair point. So pensions. That is an interesting thing. That most of the pensions are gone now, and now you just get to retire on Social Security. What the flop is up with that? But yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like every single aspect of the society around us is just set up to like take your money and give it to somebody else. It's not set up for us, right? It's not set up for us to enjoy life, to achieve our dreams, to be helpful to us. And that's why it like I'm seeing so many videos lately about people talking about, you know, I wasted so many years. Let me show.
Yes, that is true. The hardest thing for new generation is cost of living, period, the housing. Average house, $1 million, not quiet. You still get a lot of stuff here that's 200,000, 300,000, but the 200,000 and 300,000 back in the day were like, oh, I don't know, 50 grand, back in the day, I mean like 5 years ago, they were like $50,000 homes that are now like 200,000. So yeah, it's a little bit rough. Man, what's wrong with my chat? Why can't I do this? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Much better. I can't see some of this stuff, and I moved around too much and blew it up and whatever. 200K maybe buy a parking spot. Well, yeah. I don't know too much about Australian economy, but I know that y'all got that bobsledder there, and I really like her, and she's awesome. And I'll do whatever is required of me to. It is so damn expensive. Everything. Oof. So I guess we're headed probably that way too, but man, I don't know. Yeah, you can get a house for $200,000 here in Texas. So Texas is a little bit different too. And so I'll tell you, the $200,000 house is like in a rough neighborhood, right? Oh, like fuel is still okay? Yeah. No, we'll call it fuel. You can say fuel. That way you don't have to identify it as gas or diesel or whatever. You can just say fuel. Fuel is good. And I mean, if you think petrol is kind of fuel, so you just say fuel. And that's what we call it in U.S. Or do you mean petrol is gas and diesel is like diesel? I guess that would be one thing. So with with the prices here, see, you don't make a whole lot of money, but also the stuff don't cost a whole lot. Not as much anyway, because that's how Texas is. But stuff is inflating, even here. And a lot of people are moving here. Fuel is fuel. Okay, well, there you go. For me, fuel is coffee. So, yeah, just throwing that out there. People are moving to Florida. People are moving to Texas. When back in the day have you ever heard anybody wanting to move to North Carolina to retire? Like, never. Never. Yo, Dragon, what's up, dude? Notice gas was cheap today? Yes, gas was cheap today, and I think the rest of the week for us has been a little bit lower. So, unless you're talking about the gas that you put in a little rolling paper and I don't know, the young folks call it gas. I don't really know what it means. I don't even know if it smells like gas or it's because it make you go or I really don't know. I'm lost. But hey, welcome in. Let me give you a little shout. Let me do at least something. I can't do a whole lot, god damn it, but I can give a shout out to the old buddy Dragon here on my little multi-chat. I don't have the thing, but you can view it here. 90s and early 2000s last time you could purchase a house for a decent price. No shit. Nah, here, even in 2010, you could buy a house at a good price, dude. I looked at a house for $75,000, small 2-bedroom. Still very good. Good enough, Oh, yes. Good enough. But no kidding. In Texas, you can take $300,000 and you can build you a house. Now, when we're going to get into building a house and how that's done and the fact that it's made out of wood and the fact that it's going to blow away with the first good wind or that you're going to flood, those things are a little bit separate. But here in Texas, you can build you a house for $300,000 as of right now. So today is the day that I can't sell my house. Was Googled the most. Holy shit! What? And you said a town that is small, like under 50K, is generally well priced. Okay. Almost bought a house in U.S. after the global financial crisis for like $30K, and Aussie dollar was strong then. Yeah. 10x. Okay. That's fair enough. So it all depends kind of how you look at shit and, you know, whatever. Here we go. I can sell my house because I can sell my house, but I got it for 156 and it's worth 750,000, bruh. From can't make sense. Neighbor sold separately. Oh, Mystic, it's 2008. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, like, prices were good. Even, like, 2015 prices were good. It says, but I decided to buy a bunch of silver instead. Nothing wrong with silver. That's good investment. It really is. And you know it's never going to go bad. Gold, silver, yes, sir. It's the way to do it. If I had to redo it, I would also invest into gold and silver. I think that it is never too late to invest in a gold or silver because it's just going to continue to grow, but slowly. And at the same time, I don't have a whole bunch, but we got some. I got some 30-year mortgage when they're helping poor folk. They took my 4 baby checks until they were 18. Holy shit. Helping. Quotation marks. Yeah, man, fuck that 30-year mortgage. I got a trailer, bro. A mobile home. A trailer on wheels. A house on wheels, as we call it here. I don't know if I can show you a picture of one, but mobile home would be best described as the thing. It's house on wheels basically, but I paid cash for it. It's mine. I own nothing else. Yeah, trailer. Bingo. You got it. That's a southern slang. Yes, you did. Yes, you did tell me new Chinese map coming out for RF4. We kind of hinted around a bunch of that. Bruh, I haven't even done any fishing. I really haven't. Talk about it often. And that's good. That's good. I ain't doing no fishing, man. I'm not even gonna front. It might have been cool to fish, like if we did this today, but at the same time, I want to kind of absorb some of these videos into me. And, you know, what's fishing? Like, I'm midway through my stream, probably almost done. Like, it's already 9 o'clock. I probably got about 30 more minutes in me. Jesus Christ, this new vape sucks. But that's why I like, what am I gonna achieve in RF4 in like 2 hours? We're here. I talked a bunch. I said a bunch. I expanded my energy. This is going on YouTube, so like that's cool. That's dope. And I'm gonna be gliding out like here shortly. You know, and we had a good conversation, and you know, yeah.
Share this information with you so you don't waste yours. And those videos are getting millions of views, tons of views.
And I appreciate you guys being here, man. This one made it good.
And I realize that's because like more and more.
What, it smells like oranges? What you mean? My vape? Or is my breath coming? If my breath smells like oranges, I like it.
We feel like we're wasting our lives. More and more, like it feels like we're swimming.
Man, it is crazy how I thought that the negative video was going to be like explaining negative and the positive video was going to be explaining positive, but it's backwards. Lemons, no, actually my vape, if you look at it, it's I was playing banjo. Don't worry about it, dude, but it's okay. I mean, I don't ever go live anyway, and this is more, believe it or me, this is more for me than it is for you, because I want to get on here, I want to express my thoughts, I want to push it out there, and boom, you know, we're done. And if we happen to stay longer, we happen to stay longer, but man, I have some energy that I have to push out sometimes, and the energy has got to come out, and sometimes it comes out in this way or another way. How much fishing can I do in RF4 in 2 hours? Probably wasn't a whole lot. Mystic, what you mean? Oh, an RF4 thing? No, my friend, no. I do not even fish anymore, my friends. No. I retired from fishing, but yes, we did talk about the RF4 Chinese map. I am not against it. I am pro it, and I hope you're going to have a good time with that. But unfortunately, you will not catch me fishing because I can fish for like, 2 hours? What's 2 hours going to do? That's kind of the whole conversation. But 2 hours of this, I can get a whole lot done, you know? But yeah, no, I appreciate you folks being here whatever time you hop in, man. Like I said, this is more for me than it is for you. So call this Twitch, YouTube, kick therapy, whatever. Feel free to chat. I read your shit. And we talk about some depression, happiness, or some other shit. And the good news is I've got 10 more minutes with this guy before we go to the next video. And then between, I'm going to pause and read your stuff, plus talk about his. And I think we're doing great.
Upstream against the current, like we're banging our heads on the wall. Because like all the things we're doing, we're
Let me
just
sit
getting
back.
pushed back
Too much
by
into
a
the screen.
system that does not want us to get ahead. And when you do that for decades on end, you just start to be like, what is the point? Why am I here? You know, there was a time where we at least like could make it. You know what I mean? Now we don't. Hold on, somebody's dogs are running up on me.
Well, the crazy part is America was making it for a long time, and you can still make it. You can still make it good here in the U.S. in comparison to quite a few places. The biggest problem is, and we got like fake meat, fake bread. Well, not fake bread, but it's like ultra bleached flour. It has no nutritional value, and this is all you got. And that's what kind of what you're stuck with dealing, you know? Yeah, hopefully I'm logging in less and less now. Well, because you got so much shit in the game. Just give it time. The new Chinese map will put a challenge, plus they're going to balance something else. They'll give you a few things to go over. Speaking of, have you seen what your countryman got? Is a blue tag Russian sturge, I think, Mr. Ragebra. That was pretty exciting. I did not watch it, but a few folks told me about it.
As always, I got good energy. I'm telling you, I can't stand here and film in any park in America without dogs bothering me. Anyway,
Why is dogs bothering you, my friend? Come on, man. Get to it.
camps, K through 12. Well, you have to. They'll come lock your parents up and take you away if you don't go. If you don't believe public schools indoctrination camps, think about that. If you don't,
Wait. I got to go back. I missed something.
you have to. They'll come lock your parents up and take you away if you don't. Fucking place, you know. You do the things they tell you to do. You go to their indoctrination camps, K through 12. Well, you have to. They'll come lock your parents up and take you away if you.
No, he's also not right about that. Because you can definitely do homeschooling, especially here in Texas. You can take your kids out of school fully. You can educate them, and they can go to the same colleges that they could be. Okay, well, you'd have to do some hard testing in order to get in like Harvard, because like homeschool to Harvard's a little bit tough, but it's not doable. It's doable, just tough. So yeah, there is that. Someone else got something else good same day? Oh, well, hey, good for them. It ain't good for me.
If you don't believe public schools indoctrination camps, think about that. If you don't send your kids, they'll come get you and take your kids. Both of y'all be gone. The house be empty. Right? So set up to indoctrinate.
All right, sir. All right. I'm gonna cut this one shorter. I don't know why, but I feel like we need to go to the comments on this one. And not because he's wrong on one thing or a second thing, but here he is talking about dogs bothering him and stuff. Like, my friend, you know, you could have picked a different place. Or maybe this is your niche. This is what you do, because every time I listen to you, you're out in some goddamn park and there's always shit in the background. Not that it's a bad thing, but let's look through some comments. And the comments say, I did see Gustav with his damn frilled shark trophy. I bet you that thing paid the hoot and a half. Most people think the system is broken when the truth is worse. Working exactly as well, okay. It has never meant for the average person to get ahead from beginning. This is true. Sure. Well, let's define average too, because if we're talking about average pay, somebody that's making average pay is actually doing good, because the majority of us are below average. So, yeah. A very interesting comment. Exactly. It's not broken if it was designed this way on purpose. Well, that in itself is interesting. Okay, I'm retired. I'm 67. Now, I do look at a lot of comments, although I'm trying to do some of this for my kids, and I'm trying to like understand what they do or what they don't do when it comes to this. But I was hoping to get like input from a youngin about depression, input from an old guy about some positivity. Well, I say old guy. This dude ain't too old. I just saw a little gray or whatever. He probably about 50. Black folks age well, so he's probably about 70, but look like 50. So just don't call me racist, please. Anyway, a strange game. I'm not even digging the comments on this video, and yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna move on to part 3. German streamer that I watched live, Croco Official, got a blue tech Opa on the stream. Well, yeah, but that's Germans, dude. You know, those guys, they got like big support, and they all support each other, and it's not no longer. Poor T-Bone, he got so many good goddamn fish. It'd be himself, and himself, and sometimes me and you, and maybe like one other to two other like peeps, and that's it. And the dude deserves more, but that's all he got. You know, that's how it is. Don't nobody stand behind shit here. Like, everybody's off doing their own thing. I'm not being negative. I'm being realistic. So, does that make you happy, or does that make you depressed? Or does that make you feel nothing? I don't fucking know. Anyway, now this is the last section that I want to do for tonight, before we're going to call that a wrap. Yeah, I've seen him back streaming too, like here and there. I've seen him back on Helldivers, like whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I'm not just saying just T-Bone. I'm saying there's a bunch. There's a bunch of people. If Dragon fired up a RF4 stream today, and Dragon is good on the RF4 too. I think it's level 45 or some shit. Like, there's nobody is supporting nobody. We just hate to see somebody getting ahead. God forbid somebody has got more viewership than me. Like, fuck you and that frame of thought. Fuck your conniving, self-fucking righteous, pity-filling self. You know what I mean? Like, I can't like your stream because, man, fuck you. How about that? Okay? Now, on to the next subject. I'm going to hide myself for a minute. Not because I'm doing something bad, because I'm doing something bad.
I had spent the whole day numbing the hell out of my brain, basically. So I spent the whole day playing video games, watching YouTube videos. I think I even watched some porn. And there were some work tasks that I kind of had to do. They were kind of important. I really needed to start.
Did it just say what I think it said?
So I spent the whole day playing video games, watching YouTube videos. I think I even watched some porn.
Oh, that's cool. I like this guy. This guy may be a wiener for us.
And there were some work tasks that I kind of had to do. They were kind of important.
2 drink minimum, folks.
But I felt so bad that I reached this point that I told myself, okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to do these tasks right now. Maybe I'll do them tomorrow. The day after tomorrow, who knows? But I feel so bad, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to give up, throw the towel into the ring, and I'm going to start a video game or just do whatever I feel like doing. I'm giving up, okay? I'm giving in to how bad I'm feeling at this point. But at the same time that I was thinking about giving up, I was also sort of growing tired of the thing that I was doing at that time. Now, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but I've definitely had these moments where I had such a shitty...
Where's this guy from? What's his accent? He's got 110,000 subscribers. No, I don't have high GPU. Come down. Where's he from? It's 1 year ago. It says, hope this helps. I really like those kind of videos. Join my free community. I don't know where is he from, but I'm liking the guy, man. He's honest.
Basically. And I just went from one YouTube video to another YouTube video. So I'd watch a video for 1 minute, and then I'd skip to the next video, and then the next video, and I'd just endlessly browse around, and I'd start up a video game. But then I'd get bored after 5 minutes, so I'd start up another video game. And eventually, I kind of just got to this point where
So, in case you folks are joining in kind of late, we went from this young dude that deserves more than what I give him credit for in the beginning, but I'm learning as well. You know, I'm human as well. To this dude, and the young man... His thing was, why is everyone so depressed? But this turned out to be a really positive video, so that was good. That was nice. This gentleman did not deliver the happiness and kind of what I read and what I thought it was going to be, and he was actually a little bit depressing. And this man, Mr. Rob, is actually doing a damn thing. It is me staring at my Steam library. I'm not bald yet, but I'm getting there. So, let's see.
I got so tired of what I was doing, trying to chase some fun, but not really knowing what to do and not really having some fun.
Oh, he's landing fucking home for the young streamers right here.
I've definitely had these moments. And I had one of these moments right there. So at the same time that I allowed myself to give up, I also got kind of...
Wait, I gotta go look. I had to interrupt. I got to go look at his videos. We're gonna get back to that one. I'm just gonna click on videos. A life advice. So that's a life advice channel. Oh, that's Pulley's cousin. I fucking knew it. I knew I recognized the accent. 561 videos. Let's go to the oldest. This is something I do to kind of look and see what they kept and what they didn't keep. Look, even 16 years ago, the dude was popping off. This guy's legit. What's he doing? Nightmares. What are we doing here? This actually looks like Pulley. Man, that's not right. This might be Pulley. Fuck. I'm going to send him a picture. Let's send him a pic. I don't think he's got a beard, but let's just take a picture of this guy. Y'all don't make fun of me. I'm going to copy that for later, okay? Anyway, no fap. I don't know what no fap means. That's probably some cool term. Maybe somebody can go Google that for me, but wait, Pornhub. Why is no fap so difficult? I don't know what that means. He's got chicks in the background. Do not prevent no fap. I don't know what no fap is. Is that like... I don't know. 2000. Don't worry what? Relapsed. Oh, I think he's probably like a chronic masturbator. This is what no fap means. I don't know. Yeah, that's what this tells me. Okay. All right. Seen enough. All right, brother. Let's see what you got for. Let's see what you got for.
I remember a day.
No fat means jerking. Oh, no jerking off. Dak, what's up, dude? Stupid. Jesus Christ. Hey, y'all check out my buddy Dak, man. We got Dak in here. We got Dragon. Got a couple of streamers. So this dude went from jerking off to finding Jesus Christ. Okay. And from being from Netherlands. So don't forget that Netherlands is neither here, neither there. So when you hear me saying wrong, I know it's Netherlands. I know. You hear me say it wrong, you just give me shit for it, okay? Anyway, well, this is cool. This is dope. So this guy was like a chronic masturbator, and we like him, and he's drinking all this water. Yeah, and you might. That's so stupid.
Do whatever I feel like.
Stop it. That's so goofy.
I'm giving in.
Hashtag. Hashtag knowledge. Hashtag. Oh my God. I think I misspelled it. Knowledge. It's close enough. I put at. Whatever. Y'all get what I mean. That's so stupid. That's so funny.
But at the same time.
Oh, this dude is actually like serious.
That I was thinking about giving up. I was also sort of growing tired of the thing that I was doing at that time. Now, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but I've definitely had these moments where
Holy shit.
a shitty day basically, and I just went from one YouTube video to another YouTube video. So I'd watch a video for 1 minute, and then I'd skip to the next video, and then the next video, and I'd just endlessly
Sometimes.
bounce around.
Sure.
And I'd start up a video game, but then I'd get bored after 5 minutes, so I'd start up another video.
Hey, yes and no. So it all depends. Okay. The dude's got some points, like heavy points too, man. This is good. I like this guy.
And eventually I kind of
I'm going to give him thumbs up. Just because the FAP thing. FAP. I don't... Face applied pressure? I don't know. I'm thinking MMA terms.
Tired of what I was doing, trying to chase some fun without really knowing what to do and not really having some fun. Just get right? And I know you guys can relate to this.
Oh, yes.
And I had one of these moments right there. So at the same time that I allowed myself to give up, I also got kind of tired of giving up, if you know what I mean.
We do.
So I told myself this. I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'll allow myself to give up and do whatever I want to do. But first, I'm going to have a little break. I'm just going to go away from the computer, and I'm going to just sit somewhere and do absolutely nothing.
Fapping is a term given to jerking off. That's so stupid. When did that become a thing? Somebody go Google that shit. Thank you, man. Oh, given. Okay. Put a date in there. Dak. Jesus Christ. We're learning some shit today. Man, I kind of relate to this dude. Why is he trying to make this a sad video? Well, I guess the shit is titled Nothing, so.
For a moment to just give my mind a little break, right? To give my mind a little rest, a little reset or something. And I'll do that for like 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'll come back to the computer, and then I'll do whatever I want to do. So then I'll start up a video game and just, have fun the rest of it. I can tell you for sure that one thing about me, that I cannot sit still at the computer for longer than an hour. I know I've done an hour and a half, but I've done a lot of adjustments. I've rotated butt cheeks. I have rotated poses, all while trying to read chat that is small. And trying to keep my face in the thing, and all this is done with like one screen. So anyway, bear with me. I'm going to again disappear because that is what I do. And we're going to talk about, yes, No Nut November. I know No Nut November. I know No Shave November. I don't believe in either one. Whatever. You never heard of No Fap November? When did the Fap come? Somebody put the damn thing in the chat. What is Fap? I know WAP, like wet ass pussy, right? WAP. We know that. Who put Fap? Fat ass pussy? That's what that stands for, I would assume. Like, yo, I got that Fap. I'd be like, okay, that's nice. Somebody put a date in there.
fapping is never. So stupid. This is supposed to be semi-educational video where we discuss like kind of sort of, happiness, depression, and nothing, but I guess fapping is happiness, so it fits, so we do. I've heard of it for 15 years. Not in USA. Jesus Christ. No, you haven't heard from 2010. Here in America, we call it beach o meat. Specifically in Texas. You be. God. Listen. You guys are some sick puppies. I like this guy, man. I think this is Pulley himself. Anyway, all right, let's keep going.
Hopefully, I'll actually get.
I'll be back.
So I removed myself from the computer, and I went into another room where there was no computer, and I didn't bring my phone, so there was no form of stimulation. And I just sat down on a chair, and I stared in front of myself at like a wall or something, and I did absolutely nothing.
No way. I don't have the chat. I have the chat box hidden. Repost that. Can I repost that? No, I can't. Anyway, it says, I had the chat box hidden. I don't know why, but it says, slang term fap, from buddy of ours, says slang term fap, meaning male masturbation. Is that like a fucking doctor term? Originated back in the early 2000s with the Oxford Dictionary. What the fuck? I thought it was first sausage. Actually, first usage. Sexy loser. Terms of drunk or 19th century uses. What? Mr. Google. Come think of it, I've never heard of it. You're real. What's that? Wanking it? Yes. Wanking it. Yes. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Where's my chat? Where's my chat box? Yeah. Ain't no fap. There is no fap. Period. Nobody fapping here. But Netherlands, if you meet Pulley, you tell him about fapping. Cause that's, or who else I know from Netherlands? Oh man, what's the homie's name with the catfish, 6 to 7 kilo? It's bad that I know this, but I can't remember his name. Dan and Pulley are the two cats from Netherlands, so they know all about fapping. But gooning, yes, I've heard of that one. Yes, I've heard of gooning, not fapping, but gooning. Yes. Yeah. That's why I said Dan. Excuse me. Yeah, like wanking it. Yeah. Wanking it makes sense. Jerking it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Dan Terry's a bad dude, man. Good kid. He looks young as shit, too. Like, you think the black folks don't age. Folks from Netherlands don't age. First time I saw him, he looked like he was like 15. Dude is like 30. Yeah. Messaged you yesterday. Perfect. Keep him in touch. Keep him warm. Anyway, now this is the ultimate fapping position. I am going to use fap from now on when we refer to gooning. Gooning is also new to me, by the way. But I did see somebody say gooning through a UFC video of all things. Yeah, but we're going to call it fapping. So if you hear me call fap, you know I'm full of fap.
For a couple of minutes. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. But within 5 minutes, literally within 5 minutes, I sat there and I started to feel a little bit of restlessness inside of me.
Okay.
And I thought, you know what?
I'm going to fap. Jesus Christ. Come on, son. Let's get to it. I like the stuff he's got worked up in the back, so I'm kind of anxious to get through it a little bit. So just work with me as I get through it a little bit.
I remember a day, quite some years ago, where I was feeling really want to get the most.
I know it's kind of like a sad video, happy video type thing, and most dopamine, but I can't. Some of this shit is a little bit too much. Y'all make this a little bit goofy, but I like it, and I appreciate it, so thank you so much. At the same time, I fap twice on a Friday and make up for those not doing it. Comment just makes me feel like I have to skip through me thinking about this fella doing some fapping. Gooning. Yes.
Dopamine that we can get, right? And if we're already up here, we don't want to go back down here. And as soon as I started to do nothing for just a couple of minutes,
he stopped gooning.
Down my dopamine levels again. And now compared to the dopamine levels that I was having down here,
clip it.
The things that were up here suddenly started to become a little bit attractive.
It should be available for anybody to do it, I think.
Hey, wait a second.
Maybe.
I feel like doing these things because I allowed myself to feel like doing these things because I was down here and not up here.
Number one, before we watch this video, y'all have to understand that we went through and he had like a big gooning, fapping issue. So this is an interesting thing to admit on the stream, but whatever. I get it, man. We're trying to do nothing, so let's stay focused. And the man says that when he stopped touching himself, when he stopped touching his computer and the sticky keyboards and all that other shit, that the stuff improved, and that's the point. So let's stay with it, and it's important.
Anymore. And this is probably also the reason why if you go on like a vacation and you just spend a couple of days or a couple of weeks in nature with no technology at all, you usually start to feel a certain hype that you normally don't feel, right? You get creative ideas. You start to think, oh, I should really start to do this. I start to do that.
I think this is a good point. I myself have went to Utah. I don't know if you folks know where that's at. In accordance with Texas. So the drive there was quite a bit. Oh, thank you for that clip. Thank you. I'll check it out for sure. I hope that the fapping community and the gooning community really appreciate that one. I think we can put that one in the bag. I'll check in a little bit, bro. Jesus Christ. And Discord blowing up. Went to Utah, and there was no gooning or fapping going on there, and there was actually a whole lot of nothing. And there's a lot of Mormon stuff there, and there's a lot of slick rock stuff there that you take your off-road vehicle to, and you have a little fun driving around, discovering trails and doing such things. I can relate to that. The best pork chop that my boss claims he's ever had, and the dude's got a lot of money, so he's had a lot of pork chops in his life, if you know what I mean, was made by me. I actually have a picture of it somewhere. It might be in my Discord, it might not be. We're in Utah, and we have our off-road vehicles, and I'm cooking the pork chops, and the only seasoning I used is Slappy Mama. And it choked us all when I was cooking it, but when we ate the pork chops, it was the best damn pork chop we ever had in our life. And that's on God, or on my mama, or whatever, on everything I love, whatever the cool folks say these days.
I should really learn to break my comfort bubble and overcome my fears. I should really start to work towards my goals. You start to feel this passion that you normally don't feel. But then whenever you come back home again, within a couple of days usually, poof, the passion's gone again, right?
This is true. Absolutely. Oh, my ass hurts.
But now that I come back home, the out there in nature, not overstimulating your brain.
Like, grab a hold of your phone and start doing some doom scrolling or some videoing or even the chill videos. We're not going to say that you're doing doom scrolling. We're going to say that you pick up an educational cooking video and you say to yourself, I am going to learn something new at 5 o'clock in the morning about cooking chicken thighs. I guess that is a big question and into what you want to do. At the first thing is to you waking up. So how many of you, who is brave enough to admit it? Now, I'm not going to run the poll. And you could tell me the first thing that you do when you wake up. And if it involves grabbing your thing-a-thing, you could just tell us so. Because it does not, or that is not the first thing I do. Now, was it the first thing I did 10 years ago? Yes. Well, is it now? No. So you feel free to share. Making a coffee, taking a piss, I like it. Yes. Making a coffee and taking a piss is a solid one. I think that is a 9 out of 10 for me, period. However, from time to time, I do grab my phone. If I have to say how often I grab my phone before I get up and make coffee and take a piss, is probably 60%. So maybe grab my phone, take a piss, make a coffee. Yes. For me. Just me and myself.
Work for yourself at home. You can start up a video game before you can get to work. I noticed that 99% of the time, probably closer to 100% of the time, I had a tough day. A tough day. Now, some of these days, I might have actually brought up the discipline to do some work anyway, eventually, right? But even then, it was tough.
Don't make fun of my vape.
Effort to start up the things
it's my juice.
While I was doing them, I felt the urge to constantly open up a browser like YouTube or something, or start up a video game, or pick up my phone and start distracting myself. And I was constantly thinking, I can't wait until I'm done with these things. And then I can watch a YouTube video or start up a video game again, right? It was a tough day.
That's 100% for me. I love to get distracted. And I think so is the rest of the society. We love to be distracted, period. So going from being depressed to being happy to doing nothing, we love to be distracted. 100%. This man's got a good point.
And every time I did the opposite, so I started the day by not distracting myself, but I just woke up, I did my morning ritual, and I got straight to work. And then I forced myself to work for a couple of hours without any distraction at all. I ended up having a great day. At least those initial few hours were very productive.
It could be me too, dude. It's very possible it's me.
I actually thought
I got shit for internet, so if it times out, it just makes sense that it is me. It is safe to assume you can blame it on me. But it does get better. I am looking into upgrading our internet into something a little bit more stable. It's the stability that's the problem. If I show you my upload speed, you'll be like, there's no way that you're paying $30 a month for like 70 gig upload. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But it's just unstable. And at the same time, it kind of it reflects on me. I myself am unstable, and yeah, it makes sense. My drinking tonight. Did I see a lemon earlier? No, you did not, sir. You did not see a lemon. You did see this. I would actually I would like to show it off on stream. Give me a sec. I'll show you what we're doing. Maybe your vape? No. Oh, the vape has a limit. No, I highly doubt it. So tonight's sponsor, or not so much of a sponsor, a Flybird Mint Lime Mojito. Let me see if you can see that. You can. Perfect. It is not like super, wow, this is going to make you, oh shit. But at the same time, it's very bougie. It's not very expensive. But it is a mojito nevertheless. Today was hot. And I don't know if you know what mojito is. What it has, and also it's in the stream title too. You're not allowed to join unless you have 2 drink minimum. Like, it is unacceptable. What mojito has is mint and lime, and it makes you feel, more refreshed. Makes you feel better, sort of. About, oh, Jesus Christ, I gotta fix my mic. About the heat and, how heat is done. And what heat does to your body, sort of. So, yeah. There is a cup, and like I said, 2 drink minimum. At least before you enter. So.
Kind of feel like doing this work task right now. I didn't feel as much temptation to distract myself as I normally feel. And a lot of the time, when I was done working, I actually felt motivated to do other things in my life, like going to the gym or something. There were days when I was done working and I would have expected, okay, now I'm done, so now I can finally play the video game, right? But there were days where I was done working and I didn't even really feel like playing the game anymore, but I actually felt motivated to do some other things in my life that were better for me, right? Things that were really aligned with the goals.
Oh, look at him doing some pull-ups. Oh shit.
Like,
okay.
I should really bring up the courage to talk to that girl. I should really become more serious about the things that I eat and going to the gym, etc. All these things that I normally didn't really think about, I mean, they were there. They existed.
So as we talk about this dude, and he talks about gooning and fapping and all that other cool stuff, he's got so many solid points in there. Eating right, doing the right things. Eating right, for example, your boy, for once, is doing something different. A light yogurt, that's a combination of some... a light yogurt, by the way, is a homemade yogurt with flaxseed, pumpkin seeds, and a few other things that are very good for you that you actually don't ever eat. And it re-energizes me. It does not make me feel heavy, and it's got a little bit of protein in it too, so at the end of it, man, I felt great. I really do. I am an old man. My dopamine is shot already. I did a lot of that exactly. Serotonin, no good. I like that. I like the fact that the dopamine is shot already, and you did a lot of that exactly stuff back in the early 20s. So I feel that too, and as I'm getting older and stuff, you know what I mean? I don't want the big fat burger. I don't want the fried eggs. I don't want the bacon, dude. I really don't. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that regulates the mood, sleep, appetite. Yes, sir. So it's great whenever you just wake up. And in my 20s, I can eat like 5 fried eggs, a pork chop, or a chicken fried steak, and just some other things. And nowadays, no, none of that. Nowadays, we're doing some flax seeds because it is a filler. And I'm not even doing any oats. No oatmeal in my shit. Why? Because oatmeal is only good for flavor. You contend with the basics. I heard that, and I hear that, and I feel that, and I like it. I think it is the way for me personally too. That is the new way for me. Although I would love nothing more than to stop by McDonald's and get some big nasty shit and some fries along with it, and a big fat lemonade that's got like 500 calories, and you don't even realize that, and slam that, and your kidneys and liver is just screaming, oh my God, what are you doing to me? But yes. Let me adjust my mic. But I take part in the marriage. Yeah, and that's good. Just, man, eat all the bananas you want. Like, I've never seen... Who said that fruit is bad? Okay, some of the fruit is not... some of the fruit in America does not give you the best nutrition value that you seek. And it does have some sugar, right? But how many fat people have you met that eat a bunch of fruit for breakfast? All right. I'll just call it that. Because, like, I'll have... Before I can eat, like, 2 to 3 bananas, couple of oranges, 1 apple, you're like, holy shit. And then I'll do a sausage, biscuit, gravy, something, like, oh my God, no, that's too much. It's too much. Nowadays, it's like chili yogurt, some other stuff, fillers, maybe a little bit of protein, banana, blah, 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 and you feel great. And it's okay. Do lunch and supper, midnight snacks. You know those are bad. Stop it.
In the back of my mind, I wanted them. They were my goals, right? But I wasn't really, how do you put it, connected to them. I wasn't really thinking about them passionately on a day-to-day basis.
Man,
You know,
my vape is so terrible.
these
So over
things
it.
started to come back to me. Now these things were things that I started to think about very passionately. I actually started to feel an urge to put them into practice, actually start working on them. And so I started to realize that most of the time that people waste away their lives and struggle to build the life of their dreams that is somewhere back there, down there in the back of their brain, it's not because of the fact that the things that they have to do are that hard or that they don't know what to do, but it's simply due to the fact that we have these lifestyles where we always, by default, distract ourselves and put ourselves in that high dopamine comfort bubble.
That I would agree with 100%. I think a majority of us do some kind of things to put us into that bubble. Whatever that may be. We talked about picking up the phone first thing in the morning or whatever. We talked about doing some gooning, fapping, whatever. All that's there.
That comfort bubble where we feel like we're having a lot of fun, where we feel good, and we don't want to come down again.
That's right. And just everything at all times is just super fun. Like, whatever you're doing, you're a super fun person. You start partying at 5 a.m., you wake up, whatever, start scrolling on the thing, OnlyFans or whatever, blah, 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 and this is the only thing you're doing. That makes sense. What's better than that? Probably doing nothing.
I mean, think about it. It's the default mode for so many people, right? When we are even considering if we should do something, so if we're even considering whether we should do our homework or the work task, it's not like we are sitting there doing nothing, contemplating if we should do our homework or not, right? But we are already starting up that video game.
Well, so see, I am a humbug kind of guy. Sometimes dreams can be overrated. I have a quote. Sometimes if we don't touch our dreams, sometimes it's we don't touch our dreams because they can let you down. Makes sense too. I like that outlook. Sometimes we don't touch our dreams; they can let us down. Makes sense. I think it's like a hint of reality. No. I get it though. I get it, Dak. No, I get it. I think it's a hint of reality. I think it's got a little something in it that you're like, holy shit. I think that I really understand this. I get some things that are coming out of this that they resonate with me. And what is the ultimate goal for the dreams? What do you want to be? Well, I want to be a basketball star. I'm 6 foot. I'm 300 pounds, bro. Like, what basketball are we even talking about? You know what I mean? So you literally being let down by that dream or goal. Is it doable? Yes. If I lose like 150 pounds, I might make a point guard. Will I ever be a dunker? Will I ever be I don't know. Will I ever be that wide receiver that could do some crazy stuff? Well, yes and no. It depends on how hard you work at it, I guess. I was taught to be let down by the things in life. Like if it rains, there's always tomorrow. Yeah. And that way it is a positive outlook all throughout. That makes sense. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I had a little bigger cock. No, I excuse me, I hear you.
Already watching the YouTube video, or we are already playing the video game, and then while we are playing the video game, then we start thinking, oh yeah, maybe I should do my homework. We are already up here, right? It's all
right, well, this cat is cool too, but I'm getting a little tired of him as well. Talking about all the gooning shit, and he's got 1 million views on this, and this is so crazy. But it's got my thumbs up. Out of the 1 million views, I think some of the people were like, who in the fuck is this cat? And they kind of did what I did. They went and looked through, his passion, his things. And, man, you can't talk about jerking off and then be like, just do nothing, it'll save your life. But you just taught us what fapping is. In the same place, who's going to take you serious, my friend? But I get it. It's 2026, and yeah. So look at this comment, and let me see if I can bring that up. Obviously, I'm not gonna sub to the guy because there might be some OnlyFans shit I don't want to see. But anyway, it says it sucks still being alive and feeling like it's over. I think that's pretty crazy. This is some suicidal type shit that is not okay. You have about 15 years of therapy and the shrink with problems. Respect self-help, but self-help stuff. But through it now, I battle daily with what I know. No, I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. I really do. Michelle was a baller, shot caller. No, I get it, Dak. 100%. Both of the kids are on therapy now. I'm having to deal with some of these therapists, and I feel like, not that I'm better than them, but, you know, my understanding is a little bit different from kind of how they understand, if that makes sense. I mean, I'd watch a video that's like Jones Brothers about rape, and rape is not cool, but they make it funny, and, well, it's kind of funny, and, yeah. Dad knows best. Yeah, fuck it. Call it that. I don't even know why I changed my name ever. But anyway, I am going to start a separate channel for some of this shit. And maybe I won't. And maybe this is what we're going to do. And this is what we're going to do, like every day, Monday through Friday type shit. I don't even know. Anyway, some of the comments from it sucks still being alive and feeling like life is over. This is actually what I was chasing in the first part of the video. Sometimes it's good to discover. I can't even see some of that. I gotta zoom in. I might even have to kill this. Well, maybe not. Y'all might be okay. Camp overnight. Being alone is not bad. You truly get to know yourself and learn to trust your gut about things. So, great, but not great. Like, what are we even talking about here? I love this comment. This reminds me of myself about my life. I think being alone saves your life. Okay. It's not bad. Pretty rock bottom on depression. It's not easy. Life's over. Yeah, no shit. That's why I was like, man, I need to read this a little bit more into it, maybe. Being alone is the best experience. Like, lol. I felt that way since I was like 25. I'm 50 now. Holy shit, that's depressing as fuck. God damn it. Y'all, the videos tonight have been kind of wild. NGL, no capping, or whatever it is that the young folks say. It's a little bit out there. We have been on an emotional roller coaster, and that's not what I wanted this to be. So perhaps my ass needs to do a little bit of studying. But neither I am going to watch Tim the Tap Man do a Bald Man Challenge on Helldivers. So with ADHD, every minute of every day is like this. Like what? Like it sucks being alive? Jesus Christ. Man, what the fuck? Is it though? I mean, how old is this person? They joined in 2022. I don't know. Clam. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Like, man, we're looking through some of the comments here, and this was the first video we watched, and it was, why is everyone so depressed? And the young man just like so fucking positive, and then we got all this bullshit, you know. Especially out of the last video with the homie Goon, and I just can't take him serious no more. So I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that that is YouTube recommended to me, but we're not gonna watch this tonight. I think this is a wrap for us. I just want to say, folks, man, thanks for sticking around, chatting it up. Been super fun. I think we had some good times today, just discussing a few things, what the young folks are going through. We discussed what some of the terminologies are, and some of the you know, the videos that sometimes are a little bit. Yes, carrot fish is appropriate right at this moment, and we appreciate it. I don't even know if he can see it, bro, because no, I don't think he can see it. It's because the display capture is all the way on the bottom. So my apologies, man. You know I'm a noob as always. Anyway, we're going to sign off with this. No raid or whatever. Links for the videos are down below. Give me your thoughts. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not going to see it because it's the capture of this young man's face, or the YouTube is on top of the other thing. Yeah. But anyway, see you folks. Appreciate everything. Stay safe, stay positive. Most important of all, that is my message to you. Don't fucking give up. Not everything has to be about depression. Not everything has to be about suicide. Things are okay.